And now we move on to the most important part of the conference, the part that has nostalgia, that has stories, that has celebration. It says those were the days celebrating 30 years of the telecom industry that changed India. The year 1994 marked a turning point for the telecom sector in India with the introduction of the National Telecom Policy, which ushered in a new era of private participation and competition. The past 3 decades have witnessed a remarkable transformation in the telecommunications sector. From the analog era to the digital age, these sectors have evolved rapidly, fundamentally altering how India communicates, consumes content, and connects the world. Whether it was the time of the 1990s, which was the analog era, which was the foundation of modern telecom, or the 2000s, where the digital revolution started with internet and mobile expansion, and then came the 2010 decade with the age of connectivity, broadband, and smart technologies, and then the 2020s. And then the 2020s, which is the present and future 5G and beyond. So today we are here to celebrate 30 years of innovation and transformation that have reshaped India's landscape. I would now like to hand over the stage to our very beloved PG to take this opportunity and invite leading stalwarts and discuss the era gone by. Over to you, PG.
So thank you very much. When I started in the morning, I talked about the fact that May 94 is when the new telecom policy came out. And that is the policy that actually transformed. It started a completely different kind of a evolution in the telecom history of this country. Many of you may not be aware of this fact, but actually speaking, the first telecommunication that happened in the whole of Asia was actually in India. Okay, and we have to go as far back as 1855, and that is the time when there were investments in telecom that took place. And then somewhere along the line, of course, it all went into like a number of things that happened in India. We went through a phase of slumber, but then after that, there was this great awakening that happened. The 94 policy, I remember a lot of it was in terms of pagers and stuff like that, and early, sort of seeds of mobile. 4 years later, that policy was revised. In 98, we had another policy that, of course, brought the mobile to the forefront and so on. And I'll share all those stories with you. And what better to share the story than some of the stalwarts in the industry. And I will be calling them one by one and asking them to share their stories. So 2 months after the policy, Voice and Data came out. Okay, so our first issue was July 94, and so coincidentally, this is also the 30 years of data Voice and Data, and so thank you. And that is what, so we just want to have, this is a very, there's no format here. We will be talking about nostalgia, we will be talking about some stories of yesteryear and so on. Can I have the next slide, please? So this, of course, was the theme today, and I hope that today's conference was indeed something which was beneficial in terms of, this entire area. Since 94, as I said, this was a turning point in the entire sector. And I think over the next 30 years, we'll find monumental changes taking place in this industry. So I'm really very excited at the future ahead. Can I have the next slide, please? So very quickly, these are the timelines. 94, the NTP, then the first spectrum auctions, India's TRAI set up in 90s. Oh, sorry, it's this way. So 95, Modi's Telstra mobile telephony, first mobile call on 31st July 95. First mobile telephone services on 15th August, spectrum auction. All of this happened in 95 time frame, 97, as you can see, TRAI's set up, and we are glad that one of the former chairman of TRAI is here with us today. 99, the new telecom policy was unveiled. Mobile players shifted to the fixed license fee to revenue sharing model. That was the thing that happened in that policy. Next one, please. 2000, TD-SAT, private operators given permission, CPP adopted, Reliance Infocom CDMA, which really brought the entire cost down. Mobile phone service base crosses the fixed line connections. Next one, please. I mean, all of these things, this looks absolutely, out of the dark ages, that we did not have mobile phones before 95, but this is what the truth is. Next slide, please. So 2008, 3G era, MTNL launches the 3G services, GSM mobile services, ADC abolished, which was a big change that happened, 3G spectrum allocation, telecom, there was this scam which hit us, the 2G scam, smartphones started coming into India, mobile number portability was established. Next slide, please. 2012, first 4G services launched. Then Supreme Court cancelled the spectrum licenses. Then 4G smartphones, largest mobile Micromax, of course. Now it has been replaced by several other brands which are there. 100% FDI and telecom, unified licensing, Geo launch, VoLT era. Next one, please. Roaming charges abolished. Oh, so sorry, we are still on the AGR, the entire, post-COVID. Just before COVID, we found a lot of restructuring taking place. The government really worked with the industry in sort of trying to look at the revitalization of the financial status of the industry. Net neutrality, UL norms, demand surge during, of course, the lockdown. Next one, please. Okay. These are some of the people, just to jog your memory, these were all the telecom ministers during that particular time. Interesting thing is that there are two persons in this list who also became prime ministers. So, you can see how important telecom began, but these were the people who were instrumental and, of course, supported by, next slide, please, they're very able, the regulatory framework which was there, and the various persons who headed TRAI, and some very landmark decisions taken by TRAI. Telecom secretaries, Mr. Vittal was the person who launched the first policy. By the way, voice and data was also launched by him in the same year, and various persons who were the telecom secretaries during that era. And next one, please. And we started recognizing persons of the year. We instituted the Voice and Data Awards, and you will find a lot of luminaries here from whether it is the private sector or the government sector who were recognized for their role that they played. And again, I think this is the who's who of the telecom industry. Next one. Lifetime Achievement Awards, we started in 2013. And so far, these are the 10 recipients of the Lifetime Achievement Award. Next one, please. Pathbreaker of the Year, which was also an award which was instituted by Voice and Data in 2012. And these are the persons who have been recipients of, and last year, the award was given for the 5G rollout, which was a great public-private partnership that has actually taken place. Next, please. Okay. Uh, I now just want to walk you through the history through various covers of DataQuest. And as the covers come up, I would also request people from the industry to come up on the stage and share some time, share some of their old stories and their thoughts and so on. Can we have the first cover, please? Okay, so this is the launch, the inaugural issue of the publication. Can I go to the next slide, please? Interesting. This was the top 10, which we did a year later. And look at the top 10 companies. We have VSNL as number 1, and MTNL as number 2, then ITI, then HCL. HCL is not Hindustan Computers Limited, it is Hindustan Cables Limited. We have TCIL, Advanced Radio Mass, Global Telesystems, Finolex Cables. You know, names that some of you would not even have heard of today in this room. So this was the top 10 at that time. I'm talking about the year 95. May I request everybody to come on the stage so that I can give the mementos, please? I think instead of giving one by one, I might as well give to everyone. Yeah, more efficient. Extremely sorry, but you know, we have overrun time, so therefore.
So the memento for Mr.
Sir.
P. Balaji. Yeah, because you've written names. Mr. Sunil Kumar Gupta. Mr. Rajesh Charya, is he here? Mr. Sandeep Das. Mr. Umang Das. Just check, sir. वो line में लगे हुए actually. Mr. N.K. Goel. दे दिया. Mr. Vipin Tyagi. Mr. शांताराजू है क्या? शांताराजू है? नहीं है ना? अच्छा, तो जिनको नहीं मिला आप
नाम से भिजवा देंगे आप, उनके नाम से भिजवा देंगे, जस्ट टेक दैट।
Also PG का था,
Akhil. One final group photo. Mr. Harshavardhan, may I also request you to please come?
Note कर लो.
And I will.
ये कैसी गलती?
ये गलती है।
Shailendra, SHAILENDRA Kumar Gupta.